How's it going, guys? So, one of the biggest questions I get all the time is boost control. Using a screw style, just valve adjuster, using like Motion's CO2, using a single Mac valve in between the turbo and a gate just to adjust it like that. So, today we're going to go over what we use. So, first off, we'll go over a diagram of how everything works. So, here's an overview diagram of the system. These two Mac valves, an air compressor, and then you've got your turbo, your gate, and your dome sensor, obviously. So here we have the line diagram. Just follow the path and it kind of shows you the direction of the air in the system. We use a compressor. There's nothing wrong with using a CO2 bottle or nitrous or whatever source of compressed air you feel like using. We just use an onboard compressor for a variety of reasons. You can fill tires off of it and it self-refills. It's got a pressure switch on it, and that's all it takes. As far as basics of the wiring, you're going to have your dome pressure sensor and your fill and vent solenoids. Those are just standard Mac valves. You're going to have them run on 12 volt, and you're going to have two leads coming from your Holley I/O. One of them will control the fill, one of them will control the vent. And then on your dome pressure, it's just a standard 3-pin. So you're going to have one wire goes back to your Holley input, one's 5 volt and one's sensor ground. Personally, fluid or non-fluid filled dome pressure sensor, I always like to keep them remote mounted, as I feel that it keeps vibrations to a minimum on them. Some people will mount them directly into the top of the gate. That's just not how I like to do it. I'll put them on an isolator mount of some sort, usually tucked into the fender and out of the way of any heat or source of damage, anything that could hit it. But your dual Mac valves are going to be teed in the middle, and that's going to go to the top of your gate. This will also go to the top of your gate. Some gates don't have this top provision, and in that case, if you don't have multiple top end ports, it'll tee into the system here. And then you're going to have your turbo run to the bottom of the gate. Here's a basic of what it looks like programmed into the Holley. But the cool thing is, you can go over to this boost versus time, and this is what your dome pressure is. So this is the amount of pressurized air it'll apply to the top of the wastegate to equal out the boost. And when the boost and the dome pressure are equivalent, it'll go ahead and tell it to open up and bleed it off. Obviously, all this is relative, as this is dome pressure, so that's stacked on top of your wastegate spring. So if you have a 2 psi spring, in my case, I run 13 psi of dome here, that would equal out to approximately 15 pounds of boost is where your wastegates will open. But it makes the turbo spool faster, it holds it shut until you make the boost, and it makes it a lot more consistent down track. Overall,